Jeez, everything's
Tomorrow will
happening
be
in May.
60 days.
I was gonna say 2 months from tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's about time to get tickets.
Yep.
yes.
Yeah, well, I'm also hoping to get the stupid invites sent out soon, but trying to get the reception settled is proving difficult because for some reason the Logan stake is freaking out because we're not in their stake, and so they're giving us the runaround and going, talk to this bishop, talk to this bishop, talk to the stake president, talk to this bishop. Like, dude, we don't even want inside your building. We just want to borrow the pavilion. And it shouldn't be this big of a deal. We're members of the church. You can look up our membership records. Like, we're getting sealed at your temple. And if you didn't want people to borrow it outside of your stake, you shouldn't have had a temple next to your church building.
I have to admit, I'm so grateful that COVID made it that we didn't get to do receptions at all. It made our wedding so much nice and just stress. Like it eliminated a lot of stress.
Yes.
Well, you see, everything else is fine. Like, I've got all the decorations figured out. We've got the cakes and things to figure out. The food figured out. Everything that goes inside. We just need the stupid building. And it's like, come on, man. This should not be this difficult within the church.
Mhm.
Like, what do you want me to do? Reach out to your Area 70 and be like, look, we're being discriminated against because we're not in this stake. We just want to get married. Come on.
I got an email that my bridesmaid's dress is getting ready to ship soon, so
Sweet.
by the way, you never mentioned you mentioned that you ordered your dress, but you never mentioned which one.
Not the roughly one, the other one, the lacy one.
Okay, the one that has the jewel belt thingy.
Yeah.
Okay. Not gonna lie, I prefer the other one, but that's okay. It is your day. I think you'll look great in either of them.
I was like evenly torn between the two dresses. There were more votes on the other one, so I was like, okay. Oh, hey, there he is. I was starting to think
So he is
died.
alive.
Sorry about that. There was mild complications getting home and getting set up.
You should be.
Glad you're home safe.
I hope you guys weren't attached to Cobalt. He's probably going to die in the war.
Oh, thank goodness we can get rid of this time waster as well. My goodness.
Okay.
I'll put it this way. I built out a character that I thought would be very interesting and have a very world-shaking backstory, only to then discover that he was the least interesting person in the group.
Why? Because he's the only human?
Because his entire backstory is very small and simple. As I'm sure most of you already picked out, he's just a bandit in disguise. Like, okay, half of you people aren't even the same creatures you started out as anymore, and you like reborn yourselves 3 times or something.
When you join a TV series 4 seasons in.
Yes, Dallas in particular.
Hey, it's good to have at least one normal person.
We need perspective.
We need perspective.
The only perspective he's given us is that we cause existential crises.
I mean,
That's perspective, still. Sort of.
Perspective that we apparently need to renew because we forget if we're not doing it for too long, apparently.
I mean,
What we're saying is that we need a party wipe and start from scratch.
That would certainly make things interesting.
hey, Brina's arguably the second to most normal person in the party.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Well, I mean,
From a certain point of view, yes. Yeah.
I did open up a game with a party wipe on purpose. just to help them get the idea of how that could work in their heads. They got wiped by a dragon, and then the last one standing woke up from the nightmare and the premonition of the future as they realized, oh, we need to prepare for this.
That is a pretty good opening, yeah.
That's a good opening.
Yeah, they were young, and it was their first time trying to play. Ooh,
I might have problems,
cats.
but I think Amber is more normal than Adea.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I would honestly
Yeah.
say like first it's Cobalt for the most normal, and then it's actually like Amror who's the next actually normal person.
Right, Cobalt and Tiberius are tied for most normal.
He's tried very hard to earn that title, you know. I don't want to
Tiberius-
act normal, Mom. I want to be normal.
The only normal one is Cobalt, and he's not even Fae.
Lucky. I've ended up being normal.
Honestly, Tiberius feels like he's
Okay. Because, oh, Braxton, warning.
Mhm.
Whatever character I play in any D&D campaign I've ever played in, my character is somehow a Disney princess.
Right now,
And
she's
it's not
Moana.
even intentional. It's literally the universe has designated I'm a Disney princess.
Hey, Disney princesses would be terrifying as something to face in real life. Because depending on what other things, like, okay, Moana and Elsa have the least of it because they've got other things going on. But Snow White, for example, just sings, and all of a sudden the entire forest is on her team, and 7 dwarfs who are just willing to throw down and risk their lives for a woman they met 5 minutes ago. You can't tell me that's not some Fae power right there.
Alright. Hey.
So, Brina, her glamour looks like Moana. But I also have the talks to animals kind of thing going on. So, which is that specific ability where I can talk to animals and they can kind of respond back, and I can actually verbatim understand them, is not canon for any of the Disney princesses, but there's a lot of animal companions for all of them. Alright, go ahead, Arthur.
No, Cinderella, I swear she can understand what the mice are saying. They certainly understand her.
Good point. Good point.
Yeah.
But not
She
to make
doesn't
the
just sing them.
not to make the Moana connection all the more or poignant. We do have a pig with us that
Well, who needed more screen time, okay? Like, everybody's all, hey, the little crazy chicken. No, give more time to the cute pig. Because actually, Pua, very cute.
But also I recently watched a video on bad multi-classing with archetypical names, one of them being a Disney princess.
Yeah.
Another one was Pokemon trainer.
Done this.
Pokemon trainer. How did that end?
Multiple classes where the subclass gets an animal companion, and then you take a spell that makes you go unconscious, so that all the animals just go berserk. Anyway, tangents aside, to actually get the session started.
Yeah, is this just the tangent talking on Friday? Friday tangent talks?
Right,
Yeah. Here's your main course of tangent with a side of campaign.
Sometimes where it does kind of feel like that.
Also, before I get started, I just want to say this. Tiberius is not exactly normal. He's so normal that he's actually starting to slip into completely insane. Like,
I mean,
just
you could
remember-
approach something from the wrong way around, and that's when you get some really weird stuff happening.
You know what would be really interesting? I would be very curious to see what the interaction between Tiberius and Cobalt would be. They are technically both human and both Christian. I feel vastly different about both of them.
Yeah.
Well, I think the big difference is that Tiberius is your Christmas Easter Catholic, and Cobalt found Christ.
Tiberius is just going through the
Yes.
motions.
He definitely did some motions, all right.
Cobalt has a.
Like, that's what we're supposed to do when
Although,
things go
like,
wrong.
Cobalt has found his way there. Not so
You
much
know-
of, oh, I'm looking for the good, but just, I don't like anything else and I'm running away from the rest, and so I'm clinging to this.
You know,
Let's
I've just realized that we may have had more interaction from Christian deities in this game than some of the other deities. Some of us may even serve. Eridan's excluded. Eridan doesn't get any deities that have
Eridan's the outlier.
less than.
You say that when we've only had Christ interact with us once.
Twice.
3
We've had
times?
reactions from Christian things twice. Cobalt in the dream and Tiberius in the
Vision of Christ that he can come back and actually help us.
yes.
And the bread from falling from the sky.
Oh, yeah. I suppose there's that.
I forgot. Did that happen?
When did the manna happen?
You weren't there, I don't think.
Okay, that must have been one of the ones that we missed then.
Was it the dream sequence?
No,
Nope.
it was before the
Okay,
dream. It was before we started recording.
okay, this must have been just one of the ones that we happened to miss then.
Hmm.
Sad.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
means
something
that
about church.
Christ beat out Hephaestus for a number of times interacting with the party. And we had a cleric of Hephaestus.
That cleric was also
Okay.
Medea, and it is now canon that
Okay,
she
yeah,
killed
yeah,
Hephaestus
yeah,
for
and-
being Lord.
And say that today was a cleric of Hephaestus is only putting it technically.
Yeah. This is a technical title only.
You were
Yeah.
technically praying because you were just working in his technically the place of worship.
Alright. Take 2 or 3.
7.
Last time with the Winds of Fate, Rena went to go talk with Erden, but found Tooth and Tongue instead. She got directions from Tooth and assistance from Gausher in finding Erden, where they had a nice talk where Erden revealed that he was once engaged to be married, but then his fiancée died, slipping on a rock.
And hitting her head.
Rocks are dangerous, folks. Don't let anyone fool you.
You'd know as a geologist.
Yep.
We know
exactly.
as D&D players because
And
at
the
any
conversation
point
we
in
had with Jack
time,
home.
the DM can just go, all right, rocks fall on your head, everyone dies.
What?
That and fall damage.
But I was going to say, we
Never
also learned that
underestimate
it
fall
apparently
damage.
works in reverse. You fall on rocks, everybody dies.
Ern said that the thing that hurt most about the dream was the fact that he was beginning to forget what she looked like. Sabrina suggested getting a picture done. And then that's when everyone started appearing all at once. From Gausha to Gorlois to Adea.
I was like, what? I was trying to remember what I did last session. I was like, oh, right, we
Breakfast,
had
breakfast.
the Adea breakfast mini arc.
Yeah, mini arc part 2.
Yark, part 2.
Part 2, yes.
All those extra people got sent away, as Brina wanted to tell Erden something in private, and Ern said, Yeah, the important stuff can wait 5 minutes. And Rita talked about her part of the dream that scared her a lot. And also talked about how she is scared of the tiara, both because of, well, what it represents and what it, actually, no, that's not the tiara, but being with Prince Urian is, like, both being with him and what being with him means.
Or because she doesn't know what she's doing, but yes, that is correct.
After that, everyone went in, had breakfast, and then had an important talk. Where Gorlos is not happy to hear that another goddess was involved. And it was suggested that we take the whole day to make plans and prepare. While it was not recorded during last session, but it was mentioned in the post-session discussion stuff, like wrapping up stuff. Tooth approached her and say, "Hey, I'm an artist."
A little birdie told me you needed a picture done.
And Tong psychically told Brina that she wants to talk with her. And this week with the Whims of Fate.
Okay. Dun dun. Alright, so we just had our big group talk. Oh, break. Okay.
Right.
So it is still fairly early in the day, probably early afternoon at this point, late morning, early afternoon.
What is it about Chamberlain University that makes our nursing students?
So I'm gonna give you an opportunity to just tell me what your plan is now.
Before everyone gets too separated, Rada is going to approach Amror. Well, presumably, like, Amror and Keladin are like right next to each other. But
yeah.
Her attention's going to be mostly on Amror. But just gonna walk up and just like take him by the arm, like in a handshake kind of thing, but not like the hands, but like the arm.
I thought for a minute there you were punching him. I was like, what's happening?
No.
Like this?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's kind of that. It kind of like a forearm clasp in a way. I know.
But he doesn't have a forearm.
He would do it with the side that he has an arm.
But make sure you go for the right arm.
Rada's ambidextrous. That's I'd say everything is doing well. Dreams didn't get to you too much.
No, thankfully, it was pretty easy to shake the dream from reality on waking.
And is this your wife?
It is. Suppose you have not been introduced yet. This is Kellenin.
Hi.
Pleasure to meet you.
You must be, Mom.
So who said
Everyone
that?
will give her a little bit of a quizzical look.
Huh?
Ember will give her a little bit of a quizzical look.
And Rada said,
I honestly don't know who brought it up, but they all just sort of agreed, so I assumed it was just sort of a mutual name they gave you. They apparently call him Dad, so...
if this group did have a familial dynamic, he and I would be the parents. Or at least when he was traveling with us, he was.
After his second quizzical look at hearing that he was dad, and then once he hears Rada say that, he's like, okay, that's fair.
It's nice to see that. It's nice to hear that how you actually feel about your husband versus what my first impressions from the dream, where you weren't exactly kind to him.
I have been told that Dream Me can be kind of awful.
I mean, you did call him paranoid.
Well, I've definitely never said that to his face. She'll just kind of look at Amber and give him a sweet smile, like, I love you.
He kind of shrugs, like, this is Callahan. She's being playful. This is normal. This is good. This is not what we were experiencing.
This is my life.
This is my life. It's great. I'm happy with my life.
Reality.
It's certainly not what I. The dream was very inaccurate, it appears.
Well, from what I gathered from our little talk, it was made up by somebody who doesn't really know you, so knows any of us, so I guess that makes sense.
I don't know about that. I'm sure you heard all about the nightmarish point, but did you hear about the pleasant bit?
Probably. Like, oh, Amber and Kellen are fairly open with each other, so.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Well, what I saw was my brother, my sister, and my former girlfriend, who I don't know the fate beyond. She went insane with the death of our pantheon.
Okay, I was gonna say, wow, that's really sweet, and now I can see why it would be maybe a struggle.
And she said she could bring them back.
Well, I mean, I suppose it could be worse. At least she's not dead. As far as you know.
I think it would be best thought that she is dead, considering where I think she went insane at. I certainly didn't see her when I was rescuing people.
Well, awkward.
I will trouble the two of you no longer. I should probably go and train.
Fair enough. Do let us know if you need anything. Or if you have any ideas on the preparation to come. There will be much to be done to ensure that things go as well as they can.
Beyond what has already been said, not at the moment. And with that, Rada gives a little bow to the two of them, and will go to the training grounds or wherever.
Wherever I can go to not be so freaking awkward.
Yeah, considering everyone else, that is going to be awkward.
Okay. When Rana walked away, Kellerman's just like, wonder what she would have done for me. Can't imagine. I mean, I guess the worst thing that could happen is that word gets back to me that you're dead. And then I have to raise an Earl all by myself. It'd be awful.
I'll keep that in mind. Try
Yeah,
not to
don't
do
die.
anything too rash. I have told you that I have chased one of these goddesses back to her own realm and nearly died doing it before, right?
Yeah, I think you did. Your friend followed her in, and you were like, I better go get him back, or whatever, and then she, like, tried to fry you or something.
Close enough, yeah. These duties, I had committed to a duty to return things that places that they did not belong. Return things that were in places they did not belong. I have a duty to protect Corlois. I have a duty to our earldom.
Earl, yeah.
Yeah. Duty to help you with Brethail. Oh, good. Sometimes they conflict, though. How to make sure the priorities are right. We're gonna put chasing goddesses I cannot hope to fight and win low on the priority list.
Actually,
seeing Amber with his wife, it feels like she's softened him in a way. He's not as stiff in certain ways.
because technically you could call it a fiefdom if you wanted.
Fiefdom?
But I also, because I'm like, dang it, this is also a really good step. Like, everything's rosy, everything's happy, crap.
Da-da-da.
I mean, most likely to get murdered has been
Amber for a while.
yes.
Honestly, I've already got the whole thing figured out, and there's 9 sessions before I get married. And who knows, maybe I'll drag this out for 9 sessions and then end it on a cliffhanger until I get back. There
Okay.
I don't think Mary could handle that.
I don't like that the first thought that came across my mind was like, you want one of your bridesmaids to murder me? Okay.
You want what?
No, I hate that the first thing that came across my mind was like, you want one of your bridesmaids to murder you?
What's a good D&D themed reception without an assassin sitting in the corner?
Hey, with 2 or 3 with 2 or 3 people being away from the big battle, I am more than half expecting something to go wrong at the castle. Just so that those players have something to do.
Okay.
Oh, yes. Something is absolutely going to go wrong in the castle. Like I said, I've got it planned out. I know exactly what's going to happen in this fight.
We just got to get there.
The narrative demands it.
I would at least let you guys get sealed first.
The narrative does just demand it, because at this point, you are actively part of the story. So
Wait, say that again?
he said the narrative demands it. I said the narrative literally demands it because you are now part of a story. Like you're in the actual story at this point. Why am I itchy and red and spotty?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the point that one of
Get
the
attacked by a
characters starts hearing the voice of the narrator.
So, Rada.
It could be Rod, it could be Tooth, could be Tong. Because honestly, Tooth and Tong could get away with hearing the narrator and no one believing them.
I'm just imagining that Dea ends up being the person who hears the narrator. Oh, yeah, I heard somebody say that. Dea, how long have you known this? I don't know. I heard it and didn't even think that it was the like fifth most important thing that I was thinking of, and it quickly fell.
See, we already have precedent for Tooth and Tong remembering things that we don't, though, because they're the only two in the party that remember circumference.
Old Tong did.
Yeah, because Tooth and Tong are the only two that. Oh yeah, Old Tong did. But yeah, we already have precedents for those two characters as a conglomerative whole having those experiences where nobody else remembers. So if they were the ones to hear a narrator, yeah, the rest of us would probably struggle with that.
Yeah, how is hearing voices in your head the fifth most important thing on your list?
Can you decide where you want to go?
Because the
Don't answer
Forge
that.
occupies the first three.
Sorry, Elvis was just standing in the doorway and looking around. I'm like, you can come sit in the chair next to me.
It's the Forge and making things.
Yep.
Now, making things is fourth. Just the Forge itself. Forge itself was first thing. Just as vaguely defined, I must be in here.
The first four are just like each of her professions. Like the Forge is the first one, and like
No,
Jeweler
you're
is like the
dirty.
second one, and like Mason is the fourth one, and I'm trying to remember what the third one is.
Why do I have a feeling this is well below the random narrator voice?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Number 4 is putting something permanent on Brita's Island. Anyway, so who's next?
Oh, so, Amor, were you wanting to do anything else? Talk with anyone else? Or are you and Kellenen just gonna sit there and start planning something that you can give to Gorlois?
Yeah, Emor's definitely working on the planning bit of it, and they're like, oh geez, we know these things are happening. What can we do to work around it? We've talked about trying to go to battle further away from the castle. Where would the best places be? So on and so forth.
Okay, perfect. I will.
How do we prevent Corlois from dying if possible? Somewhere in there, we should talk about how I try to prevent myself from dying. I think that falls after Gorlois. I don't know. Anyways.
Don't let Skellen hear that.
Yeah, I don't think that actually came up that way.
She won't raise an earl herself. Also pretty sure she would actually miss you.
feel like
What else am I
Cullinan,
worried
I
about? Huh, I wonder
yeah,
what they
guy out
thought.
there. If you die, I will raise you and kill you again for it.
I don't care if necromancy is illegal. Doing it. She's probably like be
Technically
pretty
speaking,
helpful. And
if you raise the dead and immediately kill the dead, you've undone the harm.
But she's probably being really helpful with the planning, but muttering like, I wonder what this goddess would have thought my happiest thing would have been. Like, I'm already pretty happy. I got a great husband, I got a great kid. Married into money. Or, you know, what could be better? She might mumble something about like, guess it'd be nice to have my mom back. Meet my dad, that'd be great. Maybe I have siblings somewhere. She's just like going off. Amber's probably not really listening. Like,
He's probably internalizing all of it and not really showing that he is actually paying a ton of attention.
all right. Who's next? Yeah.
I mean, I guess speaking of making things,
Yes.
today is working on a project. I'm not really sure which project at this point. I don't know if we ever
I think it was the ring.
Well, there was the Iron Ring. I don't know if we ever verified that we still want that. Today I had concerns after the dream. I think we had a discussion about trying to make a less powerful sword. There's also always we could just arm the army with things that look like they're on fire.
Things that look like they're on fire.
Actually, I think Erden will try and talk to Idea. And that you go up to her and just say, okay, so couple things. First, I think that iron ring is a great idea. We should probably make it and make sure it works. And also, could you make sure to get that wild magic crystal, or at least one of them, out of your bank account, please? I think it will be very useful.
Let's do that before I forget. And then if you think the iron ring will be useful, I can go back to working on that.
Yeah. Besides, it'll be a great test. If you put the crystal inside the ring and it doesn't work, then hey, that'll...
Got some nicer quartz, but I bet we could go find a quartz.
I think Brina has some extra if you need to borrow some.
So true.
I was gonna say, do you not remember that I basically made my own ATM?
Yes.
But yeah, I think that'll work out pretty well. Honestly, I think the sword it was already made pretty safe, and we've already kind of tested it, unless there's like other functions you still need to do with it, or...
No, just wish that my hand had done even more to it than I thought. Will's magic did a lot of the work. I mean, I did do some things to it. But I don't get a cool magic sword to wield. Okay, though.
Well, depending on how things work out, I was thinking either A, you would be only wielding the magic sword, or you would be wielding both the ring and the crystal. One of the two.
Today I light up a little bit.
But think about it carefully, and don't use the sword next to the crystal, please. I don't want, like, the castle to, I don't know, flood or something.
Got it.
Awesome.
Right now I don't have the sword. But you're giving me hope. I might get it back.
Somewhere Brina is subconsciously groaning. Because she knows Edan wants the sword again.
But we'll look into it, alright?
No
promises.
Awesome.
Awesome. Good luck.
I'll quickly either find. Hey, do you want me to give you the wild magic crystal, or am I just holding on to another one of them?
You can just hold on to it. Actually, yeah, that would be best. And, like, putting it inside the ring so that, it doesn't do anything. Just, safety and stuff.
Sounds like fun. I don't know if it'll work that way, but it seems like fun. Maybe I should get two, just in case the iron ring drains the first one. I think I've got a few of them left. I think it's the only thing left in Adea's bank account.
Are you sure that is the only thing left in your bank account?
I don't remember how many of them are left in there, but I think there's a few.
There's at least 4. If I recall correctly.
I did not write down it's in my bank account, only the things that I have on me. The contents of the bank are the bank's job.
Yeah, the bank moved And the bank does not have access to that information.
I swear I have some notes somewhere.
I definitely know that at some point I was pulling things out and your bank account numbers fell out, and I was like, hey, I can now go rob a bank.
Oh yeah, it was 6.
Yeah, I've only used one of them.
There's 6 left.
Yes. We have 6 more wild magic shenanigans to get up to.
So what I missed, I was looking up something else to see, just for an idea for something. I don't know how I could possibly get any of you to think about it, but I'll work on it. Anyway, what were you saying about, what do we need this wild magic crystal for?
I don't
Oh,
know.
Ern
but
hasn't said anything about that yet.
Oh, just, do you still have them?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like bring one
were
out
just
just to make sure it's available.
Yeah, they were just trying
Yes.
to remember how many Idea had in her bank account.
Gotcha.
And then go fish them out of the bank account.
Awesome. I will catch you later. I have other people I need to talk to.
Got it. And then after that, it sounds like we still think the iron ring should be made. So I guess so she will get back to work on that and referring to her book to make sure it works exactly the way that they want it to, and doing all the work on it.
You need to make it an expandable one, like it's like you have it and then you'll throw it like a net.
If you could do that, that'd be awesome.
Would be awesome. Yes, that seems a little bit beyond the times, but we did go to Atlantis. I don't think I learned how to do that in Atlantis, but if anywhere was gonna know how to do that.
No, in Atlantis, you just learned how to kill your god.
You're never gonna live
Check.
that down.
No, she's not.
Killer.
What I think is even funnier about it is how meta it is. Like, I don't think Adea knows that she did this.
No.
Nor do I think most of the party does.
No.
She will never live down something that she will never know that she did.
Honestly, Rada's the only one that would probably be able to give any insight, because if she understands that her entire pantheon is gone, that would have included Hephaestus. Rada's like the only person that I feel like could actually probably piece that together.
To be fair, Adea probably knows that Hephaestus is dead. Adea probably doesn't know that she is responsible for that in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, up to this point, has Idea even been approached by another deity since Hephaestus?
Nope.
Luke.
Oh, well,
Rada
yeah.
has to make me my thaumaturge thing
Right.
eventually.
Okay.
That's gonna be an interesting conversation.
So you're not likely to come in contact, like, be actively sought out by any other ones. Lou is pretty chill and will pretty much talk to anyone if he feels it's necessary. The rest of them are like, "Ooh, dude, she's a deity killer. You don't want to talk to her." Go away from that one.
That's hilarious.
Alright, putting that in my notes. The other
Adea-
guys are staying away
That's
from
how
it.
we
Yeah.
are secret weapon.
I mean, it does pose the question of why on earth anyone would want to talk to Kratos in that game series.
I mean, I think the only one outside of Lou who'd probably be willing to talk to her is Jesus.
That would also be a very interesting conversation.
Adea would be
You need to have more empathy, Idea. We'll work on that.
I made bread for those people once. I can't do that anymore.
How many loaves and fishes do you have, my child?
I'm imagining him like opening the door, just say like, "Hey, have you heard of me today?"
Hey, have you heard of your Lord and Savior, me?
I'll make them metal. But I make them out of metal and they last.
Okay, so Idea's working on her anti-magic ring.
We'll try this again in the next one.
Have you tried to, before you went off to work on the magic ring, did you approach Brina about using the ATM? It's the easiest way for me to explain it now.
Adea probably went looking for you, but if she did not find you fairly quickly, probably went and started looking for them on her own. I
Yeah.
don't know how long that would have taken her,
I was gonna say, because
or
I
how
know,
distracted she would have gotten.
I know for Brina, she's gonna go and find and make sure that she goes and talks to Tong because Tong had requested an audience with her. So
Yeah. I
Wow,
was gonna
already
hold you guys
speaking
off
like
for the end because I already knew that was gonna happen and I wanted to make sure I knew what was going on with everyone else.
yeah.
Tong's getting an audience with Brina already. She's so noble.
And Cobalt will be
Isaiah.
going out to look for more ingredients.
Okay, so poison ingredients?
Yes, because he ran out yesterday.
Okay.
Well, right now, today. Or
Yeah.
yesterday.
He ran out, period. Doesn't matter.
And then I heard somebody else started saying something too. Or was it just Bryson talking?
Just Braxton, I think.
I think it was just
Okay.
Braxton.
Sorry, I thought I heard another voice saying they were doing something too. Okay.
Ern will have a few more people to talk to, though.
That's fair.
Yeah.
What's Rada doing now that she's done talking to Amar?
She is going to do some training. Well, has Lou taught her anything about crafting yet?
I got some.
Firewall?
So Katie
I-
loves Drake.
Yes.
Because I don't think these type of dummies would exist yet. But if she is able, think she would create a dummy that she can like hit, and then it like swings around to do an attack or simulate an attack.
Okay.
That way, she can practice fighting on the
see.
move.
They
Okay.
did have those as jousting dummies. I'm trying to remember how far back they went.
We're
I
in
think
like
that
the
was
mid
more Iron Age.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're about 500 years before
Yeah.
then.
Okay. Just keep in mind, this is post-Roman Britain.
Like
is very
very,
much-
very recent post-Roman Britain.
Yeah. This is
The
like
Western
the
Empire still
depths
exists.
of the Dark Ages.
Rome hasn't
for
fallen
all-
yet.
Yeah, it could have been something that she saw in one of the books that she was investigating in the Library of Alexandria, so... Or, heck, the dummies that they had at the Library of Alexandria, maybe she's patterned it off of those if she made one.
Or maybe she came up with the idea on her own.
That too. Yes.
Maybe Lou
You know what I
inspired
just
it.
realized?
Maybe they
If
saw
Rome
one
hasn't
that-
fallen yet, that means it's going to be our fault.
Okay.
It's
What
our
did we
fault
do?
that Titanic sinks. It's our fault that Rome falls. What next? We're responsible for the bubonic plague?
Just a chain of events that leads to Archduke Ferdinand.
Let's not start World War One, please. We already have this war to go through.
What made the gun that killed him? Daya!
That's probably
Who
just
made the
us being
sandwich
involved in
that-
the traffic jam that caused him to redirect.
Who made the sandwich that the assassin was eating when the car pulled up in front of the shop?
Zahir!
See, that's where I was going, was the sandwich shop.
Okay, so Ron is training.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna need an intelligence check from Idea to see if she can access her her bank account to get her crystal out. Since Brina has gone off to talk to Tong, I'm gonna get to it for her.
Okay. She does remember the number. It's just about when she finds the rock to put under the ground.
Do not use the eyeball.
I rolled a nat 20.
Ooh.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, you're
She
able to. You remember how to do it. You're like, oh, I think I can do this without Brina. We're good. You'll just need something valuable that came from the earth, so metal or gemstone or something, to open up the account, bury under the ground to open it up.
The moment she
One
realizes
bronze
she has
piece.
works for that.
Oh yeah.
I mean, metal came from the ground, so a bronze piece should work just fine.
You know how many copper pieces she has lying around?
A lot.
Too many.
I mean, she does have a bad habit of turning money into jewelry, but she still has a lot of it.
Thank you for putting your leg down. That was. It's like cleaning his butt right next to me, but he like left his leg up, so I just like got this clear shot of his butthole. I'm like, dude, come on.
Is a cat.
Yeah, he's also a 16-year-old cat who should have at least a little bit of, uh,
Decency?
decency.
Sense?
Yeah.
Seniors generally drop the decency.
Now he's offended because I touched his toes.
You dare
Still got
touch
this
me,
weird
mother,
bald
when I'm
spot on his
comfortable?
Okay, so did you donate a copper piece or two?
Yes.
Okay. That cool, crisp voice comes on and asks you for your account number. Since you got a nat 20, you do remember the number. You're able to give it. And then she's like, would you like to make a deposit or a withdrawal today?
Withdrawal.
Excellent. What would you like to withdraw today?
2 wild magic crystals.
I will go grab those for you now. And then you'll wait a few moments, and then these crystals just kind of pop out of the ground. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
That should be all.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Wait, is this voice purely automated, or is there like someone else on the other end?
No, it's totally automated. AI.
No, DI. Divine Intelligence.
Divine intelligence.
Or DAI.
No, it's pronounced day, as in divine artificial intelligence.
Day.
Yep.
Hello, I'm Day. How can I help you today?
Hey, it practically rhymes.
All right. You've got your crystals. I'm gonna want a couple of like craft checks and all that to start your work on your ring.
Mm-hmm.
While you're doing that, Cobalt, are you going out to the wilds to pick up ingredients, or are you gonna go buy them out of the market?
Cobalt's heading to the wilds because he doesn't have money to go buy stuff.
You don't. You don't have any money. You didn't give yourself any money.
Not enough for the supplies.
Okay.
The potent poison's not cheap.
I am going to need a nature check to make sure you actually know what you're looking for.
Okay, let's see here.
Ah,
Ooh, that is 17.
okay. So you do know what you're looking for. That's good. We don't want to like grab poison ivy by accident or something. Not that there'd be poison ivy in England, but next I will need investigation to see if you can find it.
Okay.
And while you're doing that,
Ooh.
Rada, I need craft checks from you as well.
Natural 20.
All right. We're just gonna get nat 20s all night, aren't we?
Maybe.
Yeah,
Makes me
you know
nervous.
exactly what you're looking for, and you're able to find a. You're impressed. You found a really good spot for things like belladonna and the like. So you're able to collect. Uh, let's see.
You somehow find the entire Nightshade family in
Let's
one
see.
clearing.
You don't think you're gonna find tomatoes?
Yeah,
Because
so
those are illegal
Nightshade,
anyway.
yeah. Tomatoes would be hard, but the English yew tree would be a pretty good one. There's a lot you can take off of that. Almost every part of that thing's toxic.
We'll say there are 15 usable plants there. I'll let you decide which plants are there and how you want to divide that up. But there are 15 plants that are
Okay.
big enough to deal with and aren't going to be detrimental to the environment if you remove them.
Okay.
Just
How many
He will take the absolute maximum without harming the environment.
just let me know what the numbers are, like what you decide to grab. You can just like
Okay.
DM me. All right, Rada, what'd you get?
Well, it's not a nat 20, but it is a nat 19. So, what skill am I, or what ability am I using for this?
So this would be a craft
Ah,
item.
okay.
Craft.
So, the only thing I have under craft is a +1, so that's a unnat 20.
A dirty 20. Well, lucky for you, this dukedom is run by 2 druids, so there are lots of just random items that you can use to make things because they need them for all kinds of spells themselves. So, and for other random activities that they may need. I mean, Gorlois is a knight. He does have training in building things by hand without magic, so lots of options here. And since you have a lot to pick from, it's fairly easy to put something together that you think will work. If you want it to move, you'll have to get creative, either finagle something, I'll have, like, you've got the dummy built. At this point, if you want it to move, I'm either going to need another craft check to see if you can physically get it to move, or if there's any sort of spell you can use to get him to move.
Animate the target dummy.
Putting a peg in a hole is very difficult. That's why you need magic.
Well, would she? This would. I mean, but the question is, and presumably this is what the skill check would be for. Would be, would she know to put like a rolling pin under like the torso so that it spins?
Yeah. Like, do I understand physics enough? Considering that as a sorcerer, I can often ignore physics because magic.
Okay. Those. I don't think she would have any spell that works like that. Actually,
Does your pillow have birds on it? Yes, your pillow. Very.
Yes. Yes, there's
birdies. Sorry, I saw a blue bird and I was like, oh, bird.
It's adorable.
Yeah. Both of the pillows are the same. They have birds on them.
How many craft checks is a day of making? And what ability applies?
How many hours is she gonna be working?
Be honest, once she's found the wild magic crystals, until somebody reminds her she has other things she's supposed to be doing, like eating.
Let's do 5. We'll say you go 5 hours before somebody's like, hey, has anyone seen Idea? It's like supper time and everyone's like,
that is a 10,
okay.
so I don't think she's getting that thing moving.
Nope.
And do any
like,
of my knowledge? I have so many ranks. Knowledge magic items. I've got profession blacksmithing. I've got most of my crafts are really specific, like jewelry, swords.
okay.
Do any of those apply?
Sorry. One more time.
Do any of my ranks apply? I've got knowledge and magic items. I've got profession blacksmithing. I've got 3 different crafts, although they're all very specific, like jewelry, swords, arrowheads.
The crafting magic item will count because technically to make an anti-magic, well, it's not really a magic item. I will say the blacksmithing one can count because you are working with iron.
Mm-hmm.
And it would make sense to use whatever skills you learned blacksmithing to get to manipulate the iron into the shapes and things you need it to be to make this ring work.
I figured that one probably. Okay. And is this strength, agility? Something else? Dexterity, not agility.
I knew what you meant. I think it's probably primarily strength.
Okay. So let's see here. So tool proficiency is +6, +8 for blacksmithing, +1 for strength, so that's a +15. So that means I've got a 31, a 21, another 31, a 26, and or 22.
There were definitely 2 hours there where you were like hyper focused. Okay.
The most smoothest metal hula hoop you have ever seen in your life.
Dea does one thing really, really well.
Your hand hovers above it, and you can almost feel the magic in your veins getting sucked away.
Casual plus 15 on making the iron ring.
That is
Fine.
overpowered.
Idea, my folks.
Overpowered. Says the one who accidentally became a bard.
I don't have any bard skills.
Just banjo skills. Nothing else. Just banjo.
He's an honorary bard.
Don't have any skills anyways.
Huh?
I don't have.
I said, that's okay. They basically don't have any skills in this system anyways. They've all been taken away.
I don't have bardic inspiration. That's all I'm working for.
Yes, you
Yep.
do. That's why they all go have therapy with you.
It's a very specific Airden version of Bardic Inspiration. I love it.
Alright, so there are several quotable
Like-
things here.
2 ranks in profession therapist.
Oh, is that just for free?
Is that just No.
What kind of stories
I
do you
mean,
tell?
frankly, it
I
doesn't
listen
seem
to
like
other
you need it.
people's
You're gonna
stories
read
to make
yourself.
me feel better.
It provides context for your stories.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Well, if nothing else, your dummy is going to work as a dummy, and it's going to be at least useful for some training, even if it's not going to move like you want it.
Yep.
Who knows? Maybe later you'll be able to talk to somebody and see if they can help you figure it out.
The 2 people with intelligence. Tongue.
None of you should be able to figure it. That'd be so funny. Just see like, hey, Hidea, I'm trying to get this to spin. Yeah, you just do this.
Right.
Like, oh, right. I knew that.
I'm just sitting here thinking how Idea can actually use that as a bargaining chip with Rada. It's like, sure, I'll fix your dummy. You have to make me a thaumaturgy thing.
I don't think it has ever brought that up with Rana.
That's what you can help me. Here's a school filigree.
Okay. Let's quickly do Brina Tong, and then we'll go back to Erden, who has lots of people he wants to speak with.
So, Tom would have left practically immediately once it was said that, yeah, break. She didn't even bother waiting for Brina.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I think Brina has 2 levels of exhaustion, so she moves at half speed. No? Or did you only have 1? Yeah, everyone got, what, a level of exhaustion?
I think I only had 1. I forgot about that.
No, I think somebody did.
Ern definitely did because he mentioned going at half speed.
Yeah.
It definitely does because she awkwardly stayed up.
Yeah, I was gonna say, anybody who didn't go back to sleep would have had the extra one.
Dea did eventually go back to sleep, and then she slept in later than everyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she probably recovered one of those.
That all right, so
Odin's
So-
probably gonna crash hard tonight.
You think he's not going to crash hard in the next hour? That's why I want to do all this now.
He's like, I can feel it coming. I gotta get this done before I forget.
So, with that, would I have a level of exhaustion though? No, because I went back to sleep. Or
Yeah,
I-
everyone still has one. You had two levels of exhaustion if you stayed up. Because everybody got woken up and they stayed up for
Yeah.
a little while trying to, like, center
Yeah.
themselves after horrible nightmares.
That's the part I was a little confused about. I was like, I think this was a trauma thing, but also like, Adea was kind of non-phased.
because he did.
But Brina went back to sleep, so she
Not
only
saying
has
she
one
wasn't
level.
dead, but she was also
I-
sort of trying to be a good friend and stayed up to help. And
It was probably the harder part.
Yeah.
like, I really want to go back to bed, but she needs me. I don't know what to do.
Don't you, Dan?
I mean, what does exhaustion do? Disadvantage on
So it
That is
gives
unacceptable.
disadvantage on ability
Yeah.
checks.
Yeah, so I should have had everyone roll a disadvantage.
I only remembered when I remembered everyone should have exhaustion.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about it. I forgot now.
I'm moving a little bit slower. I'm gonna head towards the stable because I'm assuming that's where Tong likely would have gone.
No, actually, she heads to the garden. I mean, I don't think you would be slow enough that Tong gets too ahead of you. She just finds a bench somewhere. Gausha appears, perches on her shoulder and begins pulling straw out of her hair.
Okay, so as I'm leaving the hall, the great hall, to find her, heading towards the stables because that's where I know she was last. I would probably be close enough to her to see where she actually heads
Yep.
to. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll head into the garden and
Okay, so when you get there, yeah, Gausha is pulling bits of hay out of Tong's hair because she didn't take the time to clear all that out. And she is singing softly to herself.
I was gonna say it's like I think Brina seeing Gausha taking the straw out of her hair, it's like, do you want any help? And kind of moving her hands as if to help, but not quite touching Tong because she's not sure where she's at. In a way, I'm asking Gausha more than I'm asking Tong.
Yeah, he looks at you, looks back at Tong, shrugs his wings.
Owl gives a shrug.
After a minute, Tong finishes her song and says, so before I get into what I want to talk about, do you have anything more that you wanted to say that you didn't get to because Tooth was there?
Only that I'm very sorry that you had to experience what is undoubtedly fear at what White Lady said about your wife. And as she's talking to, I think at the shrug from Gausha, Brina would have just started very gently removing straw, trying to be just very gentle, removing straw. So, she probably turned on the bench, so she's, perpendicular to where Tong is sitting, because I'm assuming Tong is sitting facing out on the bench, Brina's sitting sideways towards Tong. But it was mostly that. But you said you wanted to speak with me. The song was very pretty, by the way.
Thank you. I'm no bard, but I do take pride in the fact that I can, or have trained to sing. This might be a bit of a hard talk for you.
How so?
What was your relationship with Rada like before she left?
Closer than it is now. She was my closest friend in the party, I'd say. I mean, other than Emra, I've been friends with everybody, but
So Erden says.
I think for me, what's hardest with how Rada left was that I didn't get to say goodbye. And I always been able to trust Rada. Okay, for the most part. There's been maybe one or two times where I've questioned why she's done something, but overall I've been able to trust her. And now it just kind of feels like she should have known me well enough to have at least given me the opportunity to say goodbye, but like Brina's kind of she's a little bit more stiff in as she's talking, but she's still patiently and gently trying to remove the straw from Tong's hair. Actually, it's probably good because it gives her something to do as she's talking.
Well, I don't know how much you've noticed, but ever since she arrived here after rescuing Tooth and I yesterday, whenever she looks in your direction, it is pained.
Makes sense.
She was also looking in Erden's direction with pain as well, but with a whenever she looks at you is a different kind of pain.
How would you say it's different?
More heartbroken, I suppose? So I don't think it is anything that you've done, but more so feeling guilt over what she has done.
Sounds like Rada. The only reason you wanted to talk to me to try to get me to talk to her again.
Honestly, you should. She came, after you and Gausha left, she came in and more or less said that she feels awkward around the rest of you. And that I'm the only one she feels comfortable being around. And yet she knows I hold grudges, and that I am very angry with her for disappearing a decade ago.
I think with that, Brina like kind of just put her hands in her lap and pretty sure she's gotten most, if not all, of the straw out of your hair on her side. It's a little easier to do when you have two hands instead of just your beak. So it wasn't a race with Gausha, but I probably am done with your side of your hair. She'll just kind of sigh and kind of look down at her hands in her lap for a minute. It's like, I'm not quite sure what to say to start talking to her, but I don't. If one good thing came out of that dream, it's that a lot of the anger is past. Because it easily could have been Rada that I saw dead instead of Erden.
I saw Rada dead, but I was in the middle of a battle and couldn't think much about it.
Thinking of that being a possibility and not having talked to her about what happened, I guess. I'd regret that, so I will talk to her. I just don't quite know how.
Oh, yes. She did mention that she got your letter and was writing a response, but after saying that she was having difficulty finding some words after a particular spot. I think it was something about giving you something to remember her by. Anyway, I mean, of course, her whole thing said I would have told you that I was leaving and would have let you say goodbye if you weren't friends with everyone and would inform Erden.
I still don't like it, but I understand that.
But I am rather curious as to what this thing she would have given you is. I have my
Honestly, me too.
suspicions. Why don't you ask her to give it to you as a form of apology?
I was actually just gonna ask for the letter. Not as a way to sidestep talking to her, but I like letters. She's a storytelling bird. Of course she likes letters. Yes, Jen, still waiting on if there's a potential letter back from anybody that I sent letters to, actually.
They're all really far away, man.
It's called snail mail for a reason.
Only 2 of them were sent by snail mail, thank you. The other 2 were sent, however, the face and mail, which I feel is faster. Because, like, the letters to her brother and Aroha probably got there already. But, sorry.
Well, you can go ahead and
time to respond when he's in the throes of wedding planning.
Say that again, Jen?
Bold of you to assume your brother has time to respond to your letter when he's in the throes of wedding planning.
You make a very good point.
Well, you can go ahead and do that, but I would also insist on getting whatever this thing is. Perhaps if the 2 of you can mend things, perhaps she and I can mend things. Because I know for sure she's waiting for you and Erden to approach her. Okay? She's waiting for you when you feel right.
I appreciate that.
Honestly, that girl puts way too much on her shoulders.
She's Mama Rada. I think that's just in her nature. Not saying that it's necessarily a good thing. I see it.
You know,
And yet, even mothers need the support of their family.
should Rada ever donate her body to science, they'd open her up and her muscles would just be like every chiropractor would be like, honey.
She's gonna have like knots in her muscles that are just rocks and canvas because everything's so taut. I say this from experience because my shoulders are like that.
My nerve been fixed. And it is awesome.
If I were you, I would talk to her sooner, or at the very least before the battle, so you do not have any regrets.
That was my plan. I just hadn't formulated all the specifics yet.
Yeah, don't expect me to be doing that because I don't like people.
Seem like you're okay enough talking to me.
Well, if we were to go with a familial analogy with this group, then a grandmother has to play favorites with her grandchildren.
I'm a tongue. Don't worry, I won't actually talk about that. I just wanted to say it once for fun, I guess. Just to hear how it sounded.
That, honestly, is probably the only time I will ever hear it. My wife and I are both women. We are incapable of having children on our own.
Not with that attitude.
Do they not?
Shut up, Ghost Urban.
Shut up, Ghost Urban. Sorry, I need. Shut up, Ghost Urban. Is it not commonly practiced in your cultures to adopt children?
I mean, I suppose we could do that. We haven't talked about that yet.
But children are people.
Say that again, Jen?
Children are people.
Her wife is also people.
Yeah.
No, her wife is person. She knows them. Big difference.
Person is different than people.
A person is smart. People are dumb, panicking animals.
Thank you, random insight into Ton from Cobalt.
Me sitting over here like, except for the last 2 words of that sentence, I have said that exact sentence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have. You could always ask your wife. Okay, I'm pretty sure during girls' night.
Yeah, you got the name, Maury.
I'm pretty sure if you asked Maury, she'd be able to share her thoughts on it. I know you don't necessarily like people, but you obviously like Maury. You've chosen her as your person. So maybe you just need to choose somebody else to be another person for you in a different role.
Or she chose me and just managed to erode my stubbornness.
Were you adopted by an extrovert?
Mori is the more extrovert of the two. Whether or not she's fully extrovert, I'll leave that for the DM to decide if we ever meet her.
So my brain just went into one of those. Have you been adopted by an extrovert? You might be eligible for an insurance claim.
I mean,
You may be
You've
claimed as a
adopted
dependency on taxes.
adopted by a less introverted introvert.
I suppose.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I
But I was
suppose the
thinking more of,
players
like,
of this
Cameron.
group have met Mori before, except Braxton.
Mhm.
So yeah, just roll from that. Get a personality from that.
I have to go back and watch because I honestly do not remember much. The whole
IPI.
Yeah.
huh?
I mean, to be
IPI.
fair, you were gone for a lot of that.
Yeah, because it was the side
Yeah.
campaign that he ran while you were in the field. So
Yep, exactly. I was like
And
only
burnout.
there for like 20% of it.
yep, and burnout.
Yep.
And it is definitely a conversation that we will have eventually. It's just I trust her more with that type of stuff than me. There's a reason why I have him. He picks up social cues where I do not. And then he scolds me for missing them.
Is this Golden helpful? Does it help you pick up on the cues another time?
I haven't interacted with enough people for me to know.
There.
You could always treat it like an experiment. Interact with people and see if you can pick up on the cues better, but I will obviously not be pushing you towards people because I know you don't like people.
Like, I've seen enough students to get a grasp on how people are like.
Oh, students are different people.
Hey, they're the only people on Mass she's had interactions with.
Sorry,
you say
Tom,
our-
but
It is unfortunate.
that's a sample size of 1, essentially. You need to grow it.
Would you consider our party people? I mean, you could always try with us.
I suppose if I'm going to be staying with you all, I can do something productive with it. It also gives me time to figure out why he doesn't like Burden.
Rena's gonna smile and kind of shrug. It's like,
I don't know.
much.
Don't know what to.
Yeah, because with Old Tongue,
Yeah.
it was the other way around.
Oh, wait. Okay, say that again. With the old Tong, it was the other way around, where Gausha liked Erden did instead
Yes.
of disliking him.
Yep.
Okay.
Or at least he had a more positive opinion than his mistress.
I was gonna say, I think Brina would have picked up on that. Would that be accurate to assume, Jen, that Brina would have picked up on how Gausha felt about Erden with the previous Tong?
Yeah, probably. I mean,
If anyone is going to be
it's not
picking
like
up like social cues from animals, it's going to be Brina.
Yeah.
yeah.
See that. Okay, I might roll back a little bit more of how she reacts to that then, because it's like that's interesting. Because the other Tong that we knew, Gausha was fine with Erden. I mean, he got along with him fine.
Hmm. You're gonna have to tell me those stories one day. I can only gather so much from the letters that that version wrote to people I know. I especially want to know what the hells I was doing near necromancy. Is I got 3 separate letters scolding me for that.
That was not necessarily by choice. We happened upon it on the glass aisle.
Yeah. Yeah.
You didn't. We did not go willingly towards necromancy. We discovered that what was affecting the Fisher King was necromancy, and you just happened to be in the general area as that you discovered that.
Like I said, I'm gonna have to get the story from you eventually.
If I may make a recommendation, and you're more than welcome to toss it out, since I know I'm just people, even though I'm technically the favorite grandchild. But maybe write Maury a letter or if you have another way of communicating with her, maybe talk to her sooner rather than later, especially with the choice of family, because I don't want you to have any regrets either.
With her, I do not. The regrets I do have are older than any of you.
Is it the people that should stay dead? Sorry if I'm asking a question that really shouldn't be asked. It was just another one of the things that I picked up on.
The fur on her tail sticks up on end as she realizes you understood that.
I was gonna say, do I notice that?
She's not hiding it.
Animal cue.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was assuming animal cue, but
I mean, sounds like an animal cue.
yeah, I was gonna say I'm assuming so, but want to make sure I'm not overstepping. But you don't have to answer that or tell me any specifics. It's just something that I did over here, and if
Yes.
you want me to you do
Yes.
that.
Yes. It's them. And she is staring blankly forward.
Sorry to bring it up.
Milady, perhaps you should talk about that with someone other than Mori. Not even I know who these people are.
Brina's eyebrows kind of go up at that because it's Gausha. She kind of assumes that Gausha knows everything about Tom.
Tooth knows one of them. Another was a bard.
I mean, wait, does Tooth actually know who the person was? Like, had met them? I'm kind of confused. Or did you just talk to him about that?
Gaosho looks at Tong and just, perhaps we should move away a little bit.
If you do ever want to talk to somebody about it, I'm willing to listen. And if you don't want to talk to me about it, that's okay too. Not offended at all.
Do I have permission to tell her what you told Lord Tooth? Tong doesn't say anything, but Gaosho will look at Brain and say, I do have permission, if you want to know.
Sure.
Gaosho will fly to a different part of the garden.
And I'll kind of look to Tong, just kind of making sure she's looking as okay as possible in this situation before rising from the bench to go follow Gausha to where he flew off to.
She is as still as a statue.
Gausha, is it okay to leave her like this? Will she be okay?
As long as no one sneaks up on her, she'll be fine.
I'll make sure that I'm watching the entryway to the garden so that she doesn't have anybody sneak up on her then. I've seen her fireball. Not fun.
One of the things that Milady told Lord Tooth is that the silver rings that she wears, she found those on the body of a man who may have once been her fiance.
Ooh.
I don't think it was official, but it was as good as.
If she found the rings on him, I have a feeling he just didn't get a chance to officially ask.
That is a good possibility. Because back at home, she has a room that is. There are 3 people painted on the walls of that particular room, and she prays in there once a year. I think this bard that she mentioned is another one that is on that wall. I have a strong feeling that her fiance is on that wall as well, considering that those rings before Milady knew she was wed were underneath that person's portrait.
Morgan showed them alive again, didn't she?
I didn't see the dream. I could not say. But it is likely.
Has Brina seen anybody coming into the garden at all?
No.
If you have any further questions, Lady Turin, I don't know if you have any questions right now, but I would ask them before the permission is rescinded.
How can I help?
Lady Mori has been trying to figure that out for years. Centuries. That may be a question for her if you ever meet her.
Love to meet Mori.
She is a lovely person. Not as much of a prankster as Milady. If Brina doesn't have anything else, he will fly back to Tong.
All right.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think I have any other questions at the moment. Other than, like, I think the one thing is, like, as he's, like, starting to, like, wings are spread to lift off, I think I'd probably just mention, it's like, if you could apologize for any extra distress that I caused her by mentioning that, please do.
And I won't do anything if you decide to tell any of your companions, but I would be careful with what you say.
I might be a storyteller, Gausha, but I know which stories need to be told and when.
Shay.
Bum, bum, bum.
And
Okay.
because my comprehend languages is still up, I'm pretty sure I know that that means
Thank you.
Yes. Because after saying that, as with Gausha flying back to Tong, I think, like, Brina can kind of tell it's like, okay, our conversation is now ended because she's in a catatonic state. And there's something that I can actively do to help with that. So I'm going to mosey on off and figure out if I'm going to go find Rada next or something else. I'm not exactly sure where I'm going off to next, but I know that I'm going to be leaving the garden. And if that
Okay.
is good enough, then you can move on to somebody else who needs to talk.
Yep. That is good enough. Okay. Erden. Who do you wish to
All right.
speak to next?
I think because it'll have to happen chronologically. Ern will actually end up first talking to Tooth before Adea.
Okay.
And
Sounds good.
yeah, we'll suddenly pick up as, oh wait, that was kind of rude. I thought you had made those artworks, and they are very good. Unfortunately, I am very tired today. Do you think we could talk about that tomorrow?
Gotcha.
Awesome. He'll like hold out his hand for a fist bump.
Because you mentioned you're tired, Tooth will go in for the fist bump, and then he goes, jellyfish.
And like it'll take Ern like a solid 3 seconds to realize what just happened and then try and replicate.
Do you need something to help you get some sleep? Got stuff in the bag.
Nah, I can feel it asking for my attention already. I'll be running around for a few minutes and then
Alright.
I'll just probably crash. Thank you though.
Wow.
And Ern will have run off to talk to Adea, and then after Adea, Ern will then actually try and find Rada.
Give me an investigate just to see if you can find her easily.
Remember the
16.
exhaustion.
Oh wait,
Yeah,
I have to
remember the
remember exhaustion. Came out. That was a high roll. It's a 9.
9. Man, your vision's starting to blur from being tired, which is weird because usually when it's daylight, you're like, I got this, but you're like, I don't got this. You know what? For giggle's sake. Thankfully, Tooth notices and he goes, do you need help finding something? Like a bed?
Nah, I need to talk to Rada first. This is very important,
Okay.
and I've delayed it for way too long.
Just gonna grab like the clothing on your knee, just like right at your pants, right at your knee, and just start pulling you along.
All right, thank you.
Tooth, my boy. He starts by just taking you in a circle, just to see if you notice.
Oh, it takes a
kind of
few
wandering at
seconds
this
before
point.
it's like, wait a minute, why are we still turning to the left?
Just checking. He's gonna take you to the practice field where Rada is. You'll start to hear the sounds of like grunts and like weapons hitting something that sounds probably like a dummy. Hey Rada, the sleepyhead wants to talk to you.
Are you alright?
I'm just tired a little bit. It's fine. Didn't fall asleep last night.
Okay, are you sure you don't want to sleep first?
You've been around for how many days? Doesn't matter. We haven't talked yet.
Okay.
So, what's with the not immediate greeting going on?
As in, not coming to talk with you?
Yeah.
I figured you were angry and I was going to wait for you to decide when you wanted to talk.
Like, Ern actually looks like a little more awake suddenly. It's just like he'll have this absolute look of confusion. Do you honestly think that I care so little about our friendship that your little betrayal would make a difference? Really?
Aww.
And he'll actually like walk forward and just hug you.
Ah,
Just like, love.
Rob will take a second to process this before her returning the hug.
Like he'll start rubbing your back a little bit. It's like, you know, you really need to like take the world off your shoulders a little bit. Like you really need a break.
I just had this funny thought of the entire party going to get massages before the war.
I mean, it's what it's what Toph and Katara did. Let's go get pampered.
Okay, I was not expecting this.
You know, like step away a little. It's like, would you like me to do something else? Do you
No.
want me to yell at you? Do you want me to
No.
give you a cold shoulder a lot? Do you want me to tell you to go to the beach and pound all the sand until the white cliffs themselves have decayed into the sea?
No, and I don't know if Erden will be able to tell this, but if Tooth is still around, Ra has a bit of tears in her eyes. Like, joyful tears. It's like, I am sorry for what I did. I know you made a commitment to stay beside me while I went through with what I was dealing with. But I thought you made a promise to Uther when you met him. Hey, if your friendship with me is so strong, who am I to get in the way between yours and Uther's? Especially when he's losing friends.
That's a very reasonable and well thought out perspective. However, you still could have brought someone else along. Take it from me. It is awful, miserable to travel alone. And the pig doesn't count.
The pig doesn't.
Do you listen to this, Emerald?
I was gonna say, it's like, I had a feeling that everyone would be nearby, so she's probably just sitting there completely offended. It's like, excuse me?
We're completely distracted because Tooth totally did not touch anything with Rada because he was distracted, and I'm guessing he is totally like Lunch and Everald are chatting.
Of course they are.
Of course, they become a trio.
He's gonna ride Emerald into war one day, I'm pretty sure.
You certainly can't.
Enough of my tangents.
It pleases me exceedingly to know that I have not lost your friendship, Odin. Now I have to repair things with Rena. Honestly, she's the one I worry the most with.
Yeah, that's gonna be a lot harder than me.
Do you have anything else you want to say?
Not really. I was just you know,
Alright,
really wanted to talk and everything. Yeah.
alright. Go to sleep before you fall over.
I'll be fine. As long as I don't move, I'm okay.
Sounds like an excellent way to go to sleep.
Are you going to be
Besides,
doing
that
anything
dummy
else?
looks weird.
You know, I was trying to make it so that if you hit it, it swings around and it swing back at you. But I can't figure out how to make it spin.
Dea shouldn't be busy. Oh wait, she doesn't like tying to you either. Rada, you really need to work on your friendship.
God.
If it's anything, we have a mutual dislike of each other.
But
I
bet if you
respect
ask
her.
really, really nice, then she'll do it for you.
Fat tooth.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, no. Dea really likes being needed.
Especially to make things.
I'll think about
If
it.
it's to make things with metal.
I'll think
and
about
if you
it.
can convince her to make that whole thing out of metal and add like metal spikes or something, I think she'd be really convinced.
Be warned, she might make it set you on fire.
Let's see if we can tone down the fire, especially if we have Tong with us. By the way, how has she been?
We bonded.
You did?
We did.
They were
best
holding
friends now.
hands.
Platonically, of course.
Oh, of course.
She told me secrets. I told her secrets. It's a great bonding moment.
Are these secrets that I would know?
I don't know. I told her I wasn't gonna tell anyone, so sucks to fuck.
You and her. You know full well she was refusing to answer my questions because I missed girls' night.
Well, whose fault is that? You ran away.
Do you have anyone else you want to talk to before you collapse?
No, no, none that can wait.
Alright, everyone's guard the dummy. While I go make sure this man falls asleep.
In a bed.
Yes, man. She stands up real straight and just like pointer stiff.
Looked that the dummy needed to be guarded.
Yeah.
Hey, if Adea finds it, she might start messing with it.
Without telling me.
This better.
Without telling Rana.
But why would Adea be wandering about when she could be making something?
Because there's a chance to cause trouble.
Okay.
Adea is not the most tricksy of the family.
Yeah.
Actually, as we're walking up, everyone will just be like, "Oh, speaking of girls' night, did you meet any cute ones while you were out?"
I will admit there was some cute girls there, but I was kind of focused on not dying and making sure people didn't die.
Ah, exact phrase right there. You can bond with Breen over that too. She will not let herself have any amount of fun while she's terrified of dying.
Yeah, I'm just going to take that as you being tired and speaking tongues.
Tooth is outright just laughing at that. Well, if you really want to bond with Brina, you should ask her about Prince Urian.
Spoilers! Come on!
Yeah.
Thank you, Tooth.
Even better, ask her about the tiara that Leia gave her.
Yeah, if you want to bring the conversation to a screeching halt.
Lunch must have been doing something to draw your attention because I asked Tong about that, and she said no, girls' night does stuff.
Yeah, how do you all know? How do you...
Come on, ways, man. I've bonded with a lot of people this week. Okay.
She may have walked down without forgetting to take it off when Adea was told to go beat
Maybe.
sense.
Keep in mind, he is a little people, and there are little people who work in the castle. Little people talk to each other.
The
You
chef.
might not see the ground, but he does.
Except for the chef, because the chef is the one that has the glamour up. But he's actually a brownie, isn't he?
Yeah. There's other ones.
Yeah, I know that there's other ones, but I know the chef is one. So this is my player overhearing all of this betrayal, and I love it. But like, if as two saying, I have my ways of like me, like it was the chef. He doesn't like me because I asked him his name.
I think it's funny because I'm pretty sure that during girls' night, Brina walked down with it on her head when Adea was ordered to go beat Cobalt senseless.
Yep.
Yes, because
Yeah. There's
he
that.
asked if he could appraise it, and I'm like, oh, I don't actually know what this is. Idea, what weaponry purpose does this serve? And he said nothing, because that was when she discovered that it was a tiara and what it indicated, and
Yeah.
ran away blushing. So.
But he may have found out the details of why you had it in the first place later from brownies.
Yeah.
Who were probably secretly in the room waiting for ladies to move on so they could do their job. So for Erden, this is more of a. So that's where that came from. I see. Will he remember this? Who knows? He's hilarious.
He's not drunk. He'll be fine. He'll remember it.
Well, he has seen it because when I had my conversation with him, I had shown it to him.
Yeah. And there is something called sleep drunk.
Yeah.
It's a real thing. I've hit it a few times. It's something.
I seem to remember
Good
the
times.
keeping
That's why we
men
ended up
up
with a
late
song
was
called
a favorite of
Save the
theirs,
People
'cause
from the
they
Dragons,
were
Kayla.
just as you're drunk.
I remember that.
But anyway, on that note, it is almost 11 o'clock. I do have to work tomorrow. And I do have like a million things to do. Like, I forgot to tell you, Braxton. We're meeting to work on the Oscars movie, which you have been. You are now being told you are part of. Because I need
Okay.
you.
You've been drafted.
You have.
Just, I think Rena probably would have tried to go in search of Rada. I'm not sure if she would have found Rada, but she's at least kind of figured out, it's like, okay, might as well do this now.
Roll me an investigate. See if I find her.
Investigate? That is a 4, because I rolled a nat 1.
Oh,
It's
Josh.
a disadvantage. The other one was a nat 20.
No, this was just sitting there.
I was just sitting there, okay.
I don't need disadvantage. I rolled a nat 1.
You could roll 2 nat 1s.
The big cancellation. Yeah, no, you do not. You have no idea what she is getting up to.
Great. Just when I get up, just when I finally decide to go and talk to her, I can't find her.
It's destiny. We're destined not to talk.
Never again shall Rana and Rena talk.
We're going to talk. It's just going to be a matter of finding where we are.
No, this story thread will never be resolved.
Hey, I look forward to seeing how much Brina pushes for that thing that Tom told her to do.
I'm not sure how much she's going to push on that because I have no idea what it would be. And I'm more nervous of what it could be, to be perfectly honest.
Womp womp.
I know full on what it's going to be, and Tong is going to have a laugh when she finds out.
The pineapple.
Have you guys seen Chuck?
Yes.
So in one of the episodes, it was like a Black Friday episode or something. They were saying things get crazy and we need to like have an emergency evacuation or something. What kind of code words do we use? He went pineapple. So then when Chuck realizes that enemy spies are interested in him, and things are getting really Black Friday. It just looks the coworker is just like pineapple. He looks at his best friend and he goes, "You gotta go tell them pineapple." It's his best friend from automatic. He goes, "Pineapple!" And they pull the fire alarm. Get it in the air. The best part is that their boss got all of that stuff. You ruined our sale day. Fireman, who's actually CIA, comes up. He goes, "Whoever pulled the fire did a good thing today because of the boss." His boss just looks at him and he goes, "See, I did the right thing." I just love that their code word is pineapple.